Snows continue to fly across much of central and eastern Kentucky. We're tracking this slick roads threat just ahead.
With more snow on the way for Kentucky the rest of the work week, Nicholas County officials say they're ready.
A Lexington hip-hop artist is organizing his second trip to Flint, Michigan to drop off fresh water.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon. Sam, Dick, and Amber Philpott reporting. More rounds of snow are hitting the bluegrass today, and with the cold temperatures we have right now, it's expected to stick around on the roads.
We are continuing our WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day with the most updated forecast. Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. Chris?
Yeah, those untreated roads as we go through the evening and overnight will at least become partially snow covered with some blowing snow. It's not like the sticking stuff that we had yesterday when you had that heavy wet snow falling. Tonight has much lower water involved in those flakes, so it's a fluffier brand that is falling. Low 20s across the entire area. 22 London, 23 right now Lexington. It is snowing pretty good here at the station as we look out across the Hamburg Pavilion area. I'll show you that in a moment. Look at the snow across the Mountain Parkway corridor as well. Winter weather advisory rolls on for most of central and eastern Kentucky right on through tonight into the day tomorrow. Northwesterly winds around here put down some snows on a setup like this, and that is indeed what we are seeing. Snowflakes are flying across the Hal Rogers Parkway, I-64 toward the Mountain Parkway, into sections of central Kentucky as well. Even for areas not showing up, you're getting at least some snow flurries right now. Look at the view from our station out toward Hamburg Pavilion. And indeed, the snows are flying, and I'm noticing the rooftops are turning white again there in the distance. A little farther to the west and northwest, look what else we've got. Oh, it's more snow coming out of parts of Indiana and southern Ohio, dropping from northwest to southeast. An additional inch or two is a possibility for some as we go from tonight and into the day tomorrow. With very cold temperature, guys, those roads out there will likely slicken up into several areas of central and eastern Kentucky. When I come back in a little over 10 minutes, we'll focus on, yes, the current snows, and we'll look ahead toward the weekend and the possibility of some Valentine's Day snow.
All right, Chris, thank you. Officials in Nicholas County say they are ready for the snow that we're seeing this week.
Crews are preparing to make sure that roads are cleared off, and they're taking advantage of a surplus of road salt. WKYT's Mike Linden talked to the judge executive. It's our top story at 4:30.
The state of Kentucky is in the middle of what looks to be a snowy week, but officials here in Nicholas County say the roads looking pretty good. Road department officials say most of the 160 lane miles of road in Nicholas County are clear and safe to drive on. They say their salt supply is great too, with more than 300 tons left over in their barn. Nicholas County Judge Executive Mike Pryor says this winter has been relatively easy to clean up after. He says there haven't been any reports of accidents either. With several more weeks left to go in the season, Pryor says he's confident road crews will be able to do their job well.
Everything's going good, really. We've got our roads cleared off. State's done an outstanding job with their roads, and so far this winter it hadn't been very problematic.
The judge executive says with the way that the crews have been hitting the streets so far this season and with their surplus of road salt, he says that he doesn't foresee any problems or a shortage of salt moving forward this season. In Nicholas County, Mike Linden, WKYT.
And coming up on WKYT News at 5:30, we'll tell you about a new system being used in Nicholas County. It alerts people when the roads are dangerous. Water is being collected for people up in Flint, Michigan. The crisis surrounding lead-tainted water continues there.
As Rebecca Smith reports, one Lexington rapper is turning his attention a second time to the cause.
So this right here is about 50 cases of water from just one donor. They are hoping to have 2,000 cases of water to take on several different U-Hauls up to Flint, Michigan.
I was gonna buy chocolates with his money, man. He's crazy.
It's round two for Divine Karama and his team of do-gooders. Just last month, he, his wife, and volunteers filled a U-Haul with more than 500 cases of water they gave to families in Flint, Michigan. The city's been dealing with a crisis after water from the Flint River was found to be causing increased levels of lead in children's blood. Divine says his most recent trip to Flint was eye-opening.
They can't even bathe their children. I mean, it's just sad, things that we take for granted. But the people are real resilient. They're motivated, they're inspired, they're real grateful for people coming to their aid.
You have until the end of February to donate water, in addition to cases and gallons of water that you can find at places like Costco and Sam's Club and the grocery store. They're also taking filters. So if you're interested in more information, go to our website, WKYT.com. You'll also find a link to a PayPal account that they're using to raise some funds so they can pay for those U-Hauls to go up to Flint, Michigan. Reporting in Lexington, Rebecca Smith, WKYT.
Karama says even though water filtration systems are being distributed to people in Flint, they're not working for a lot of people. A checkpoint for passengers at Louisville International Airport is back open. The TSA shut down the security checkpoint after spotting a suspicious item in a scanner just before 9 this morning. The FAA did not ground any planes, but an airport spokesperson says the shutdown did affect some flights. The package was removed from the area and no one was hurt. Again, all security checkpoints at Louisville International are now back open.
We have learned that Kentucky will have to return millions of dollars because of Governor Matt Bevin's decision to dismantle Connect. The federal government gave Kentucky a $289 million federal grant to plan and establish Connect. The state has spent all of it except for $57 million. A letter from the Federal Department of Health and Human Services to the governor says state officials cannot use that money to move the state to the federal exchange. The money would have to be returned. The governor's spokeswoman says the state will return any unused money. This comes the same day a new report shows that 8 states, including Kentucky, saw a significant drop in the number of people without health insurance. The government report shows Kentucky had the largest drop in the share of uninsured people at 6.5% last year.
We are getting a sneak peek at what a renovated playground at Jacobson Park could look like. Several different designs were laid out during a public meeting last night. Those who went were able to give their input and make suggestions. The city says the renovated destination playground at Jacobson Park should open this summer.
Time to party now. New Orleans is one big party town on the final day of Mardi Gras.
The outrageous scene on Bourbon Street is a big tourist attraction, but as Omar Villafranca reports, many locals do their own thing.
Thousands of Mardi Gras revelers line the streets of New Orleans' French Quarter to sip booze, catch beads, and watch parades. But for many Big Easy residents, Fat Tuesday is not a spectator sport. Jim Gabor is part of the crew of St. Anne's, a neighborhood party society that for the past 47 years has been dressing up and marching to their own tune.
Nobody watches this parade. Everybody participates. They're coming out of their houses onto the banquette, onto the sidewalk, waiting for us to join in.
The crew spends months hand sewing, gluing, and painting costumes, from the masks and the headdresses to the ornate scepters. Costumes are not the exception. They're required.
If you show up in the same costume 2 years in a row, we'll throw you out.
What started as a small group of marchers is now a band of hundreds. And even people who recently passed away are brought along and honored for one more good time.
This year I'm carrying my buddy Mike, who is destined for his spot back in the river at the end of the day.
The St. Anne's crew is just one of dozens of neighborhood social aid and pleasure clubs letting the good times roll across New Orleans on the final day of Mardi Gras. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, New Orleans.
After all the partying on Fat Tuesday, the solemn period of Lent starts Wednesday. The celebrations aren't limited to New Orleans. Lexington restaurant Bourbon and Toulouse is partying all day long to mark the end of Mardi Gras. They're serving up gator etouffee, something you can only get on Fat Tuesday or when UK plays Florida in football or basketball. The festivities also include a crawfish boil, which starts at 6:30 tonight. The restaurant had 400 pounds of live crawfish flown in this morning for that party.
It will not last long. A picture of a 6-year-old Happy Meal from McDonald's is going viral. Jennifer Lovedow, a chiropractor from Alaska, posted 2 photos to Facebook, one showing unspoiled nuggets and fries. The other shows a Happy Meal box with a receipt from January 8th, 2010. In her post, she says the Happy Meal has been sitting in her chiropractor office as an experiment and has not rotted, molded, or decomposed at all and smells only of cardboard. McDonald's has not commented on the trending post. You know, I know the snow is not deep out there, but there is some ice in different parts of the, where you walk. You really need to be careful. Almost slipped today.
Yeah, especially on those secondary roads. And like you said, if you're going into places. And Chris Bailey, not a lot to say, just cold and snowy and wintry out there.
You said it. Now back to you. I mean, that's basically it. It is winter weather at its finest or worst, depending on your perspective on all of that. We look outside right now. Still snowing here at the station, out across Hamburg Pavilion. Not as much showing up on our Frankfurt cam into London and the Mountain Parkway. Low 20s across the entire area as of now. But again, those snow showers and squalls, that's the name of the game through the evening and right on into the day tomorrow. It will snow hard for a little bit, then it stops. You get some flurries. Snows hard for a little bit. It stops. You get some flurries. And that's what we're seeing on our Defender radar network. And again, coatings to maybe an inch or two in some of the hot spots out there as we go through tonight and through the day tomorrow on that strong northwesterly wind flow. But with temperatures dropping toward the low teens overnight, slick spots are a good likelihood on area roads. And throw a little sugar coating on top of that. We could be talking about some very slick roads taking shape through tonight into tomorrow morning. Speaking of the roads, let's see how things are looking right now. Here's Officer Don.
Police are working a collision on Virginia at South Broadway. That has one lane blocked there. The turn lane mostly affected at Virginia and South Broadway for now. Not affecting our drive times too much. Outbound toward Jessamine County, looks like we're okay toward Nicholasville. Versailles Road, past the airport, the county line's a straight shot. And still the interstate, 75 north and southbound. Just watch the bridges and overpasses if you're headed out later. But for now, no collisions. I'm back to you in the studio.
Officer Don, thank you. How one couple got out of a speeding ticket and why a teen was arrested for what he threw into a drive-through window. It's the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
An Alabama woman gave birth to a baby boy in her car after being pulled over for speeding. Shauna Lowe's husband was driving her to the hospital when a state trooper pulled the couple over. And not only did they get out of the speeding ticket, the trooper helped deliver the baby on the side of the road. Both the baby and the mom are doing well.
In Florida, a man is facing charges of assault with a deadly weapon after he threw a 3.5-foot alligator through a Wendy's drive-thru. Josh James' parents say he was playing a prank on someone he knew who worked at that Wendy's. His parents don't know all of the details of what happened, but they do say their son's prank was stupid.
They said, will he cooperate? I said, absolutely. He's not a bad kid. He's a stupid kid. He did a stupid prank. He had no problem with turning himself in.
Josh James also faces charges of unlawful possession and transportation of an alligator. The gator was released into a nearby canal. Boy, you just never know.
Man, that's a head shaker. Not a fake alligator.
Nope.
A real one.
Right through the window.
Really wanted a Frosty.
But he ordered first, apparently. All right, stick with us. Here's what we're working on for you now at 5 o'clock.